All right, so I'm here with Dave Kennedy. Hey, Dave.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good.
We're trying to reenact that show, Comedians in Cars
Right,
with
right.
coffee. It's way too hot for coffee,
Yeah.
though, let's be honest.
Real estate in, I don't know.
We're
We didn't spend enough time thinking about the name, so.
So Dave is with Fidelity Land Title. We love Fidelity Land Title. They are
Appreciate
the
it.
best, so use them always. And we were going to talk today about what exactly does a title company do?
Yeah.
I mean,
so
you don't do anything, right?
No, exactly. we're just there at the end, right?
Right.
So a lot of times people think of us, as our most visible function, which is actually handling the closing at the end, getting the people together to do
The paperwork.
the paperwork.
Right.
And like I said, that's the most visible part of what we do. But really,
You coordinate the taxes.
right, exactly. We do that, coordinate taxes.
Yep.
But at its heart, then title company, as the name infers, title is the
Okay.
most important thing. Title is the ability to be able to access and use a piece of property.
Okay.
So the first thing that you do when we get a contract is to search that title. We're examining the historical
How
record.
far back do you go?
So we go back, it depends on the type of transaction, but there's exams that go all the way back to usually even up to 60 years.
Wow.
But really, in all reality, you can take a exam all the way back to the original land grant. They have all the
Are
records
you
all the way back
serious?
to the...
I mean, here we have a lot of homes that were built like in the 1800s.
Right.
You could take it all the way back.
Well, yeah, and then apparently, technically that land has been there,
Right.
You think of a house, but that's the house or whatever the building is just a fixture
Oh,
on
duh.
that piece of land.
Because if it's a new house, you're doing title work on the land to
Right.
make sure it got transferred to the builder properly or whatever. Okay.
Exactly. So we're examining the property to make sure that whoever's buying the property can gain, that access and use to the piece of land. So that's really one of the most important things that
Gosh,
we're doing.
how detail oriented do you have to be to do that job?
Well, and we're
like, what are you looking for?
Exactly. We're looking at tons of different places. We're looking at the counties. We're looking at courthouses. There can be all kinds of reasons why someone would file a lien against your property. So
Okay.
we need to search in all those different places. We're looking at divorces, bankruptcies.
Yeah, because you're not only looking for liens, you're looking that it was transferred properly from one to the
Correct,
next, which is
yeah.
why you're looking for divorces. Okay.
Exactly. Divorces,
Foreclosures.
foreclosures, bankruptcies, all these types of things can affect your title to your property.
Okay.
So we're going to be examining that, and then the way that we ensure that you can get access to it is with title insurance,
Okay.
which we've spoken about before.
Yeah, we did a video about that before, so maybe look
yeah.
for that. It's on this channel too.
So after we've determined that the title, if it needs to anything to be cleared up, sometimes we'll have to get payoffs from
Like
states.
especially too if there's like a probate or somewhere there's multiple owners,
Right.
maybe they missed something, right?
Or
okay.
if the property's being sold by like an LLC, we need to make sure that
all the owners of the LLC.
Right, we need to
Wow.
review all the corporate documents.
How
to
long
make
does it
sure
take to
whatever-
review a title? Only if you're doing like 60 years and maybe it's only transferred, let's say, I don't know, 7 times?
So every title is different. It's amazing. Sometimes a property could be transferred a bunch of different times, and if every time it was done correctly and clean, it's good. But other
Okay.
times you'll have whoever's selling the property has all kinds of problems. If you have child support liens, those types of things, things that we need to get cleared up. If you
That
haven't
makes
paid your
sense.
federal taxes, there
Oh,
could be an IRS
why are you looking
tax
at me
lien.
for that?
Yeah,
I pay my
sorry,
taxes.
Everyone pay your taxes. So it just really depends on the situation, and,
Okay.
and each transaction is completely unique.
Are there like red flags when you're looking at it that it's like, okay, I need to check further into this? Like, or are you investigating every single transfer?
So we're trying to investigate as much information as that we can get.
Okay.
And then, like I said, there are certain situations where you will see kind of a red flag and say, hey, I want to look into that a little
Got
bit
it.
further just to make sure. But that title insurance is kind of the catch-all.
Yeah.
Making sure that that not only my title company did a good job,
Yeah.
but also just insures against things that we can't even find.
that you didn't see or
Right.
can't find
Right,
or whatever.
and that's the big question that a lot of people have is about these, the new thing out there is these attorneys' opinions. But these attorneys' opinions won't cover you if it's something that we can't
Something's
find.
wrong, right.
Right. If it's a mistake by the county misindexing something, the title
then
opinion
you got to
won't do you any
pay
good.
another attorney.
Right, whereas
when you could have just paid for the insurance,
The
which
insurance
isn't
the
that
first
much.
time, right.
And then you just be like, hey, you messed up, fix it.
Right. So then after we've done the title on the property and
Mm-hmm.
we've assured that we can clear property and we can prepare a deed to transfer the property, then we'll look at the seller situation. We're going to look for paying off existing loans. We're going to have to reach out to the bank that they have their
Okay.
loan with, find out how much that they need to owe, any other types of liens we're going to need to get
And you probably
payoffs
have
for
to call
those.
them 10 or 20 times to
Right,
get
right,
the...
yeah. Some are better than others, but you know,
Sure.
sometimes you'll run into like a private lender, and now you need to find out who's that private lender and how
yeah.
we're going to get a payoff. and that
I got a
type of
good
stuff.
story about a private
Oh,
lender.
yeah,
I had to go to our house
Oh,
one time.
yeah,
Be
no.
like, you need to let us pay you so we can close this.
There's all kinds of situations like that that kind of pop up. So again,
Yeah.
when we see do a title exam and we see a mortgage with a private lender, we know again that's kind of a red flag. Hey, we need to get moving on this right
Right.
away to get on that. So we're going to do that, and we're going to look at the taxes, see what
Mm-hmm.
the current tax situation is, know how much we're going to prorate to collect. If there's a homeowners association, we're going to have to order a status letter to
Mm-hmm. Okay.
figure out all that good stuff, and then we're going to go with the lender and follow their instructions and balance the file and whatnot, gather all the information, and finally
So their
go with the closing.
instructions are more about like whatever fees they're charging.
Correct. Yep.
If anything specific needs to be done with the paperwork to go to them or whatever, right? Okay.
Right. So their money has to match our money. So
It's good to be balanced.
Exactly. And then so we're our goal is and then to follow all the instructions of the title insurer or the
Lender.
of the lender.
Mm-hmm.
And then after we've gathered all the information on the transaction, that's when we try to coordinate and get everybody together to sign the documents. And then a lot of times at the closing, you think we're done, but really now at that point, we're going to have to transfer the property from the seller to the buyer,
Wow.
and then we're going to have to issue
You
our
have to
insurance,
record it.
pay taxes. There's all kinds of things that we
Wow.
do after the closing. So again, a lot of times you look at a title company, you think all we're really doing there is collecting
Just
signatures,
Yeah, and shuffling
showing up.
paperwork. There's a lot
Exactly.
more to it.
There's a little bit more to it.
It's
So-
almost 7 minutes worth.
Yeah, exactly. So.
That's crazy.
So.
All right. What's this?
Oh, so this is my dog.
You won an award?
Right, my dog Murphy won an award at
What?
pet camp. He was the best boy that day, so they gave this award to him.
Oh, this is a... Do they give participation trophies too?
No,
I mean, this
think
says
he was an actual winner on there. It was
This
not a
says
participation
winner. No,
trophy.
he
Well,
got it.
At least it is. I'm not going to pretend like I'm going to
No,
say
he's a winner.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
So yeah, so now I just proudly display that. On my,
A proud
my-
parent.
Right.
That's
exactly.
awesome. Well, thanks a lot, Dave. I really appreciate you being on. And
Yeah.
that's Dave Kennedy with Fidelity Land
And
Title.
thanks for having me.
Bye.
All right, bye.